weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Josh Johns.
Welcome back, everyone. So I understand you made a special visit earlier.
You know, one of the most fun parts of my job is when I get called out to help teach kids about weather. And today, got to go out to Water Valley Elementary to Miss Glass's class there, but class of 4th graders. Actually, 2 classes we spoke to, a bunch of smart kids there, know a lot about the weather. And it was great to field all their questions. Great to see how much they learned about the weather, how much they know about the weather. And I want to thank Miss Glass for having me out there. Always fun to go out and speak to kiddos about the weather. Let's talk about something that happened this evening, because things have really changed from when you woke up this morning. We had temperatures in the 50s this morning, got up into the 70s this afternoon, and then this massive blue just came crashing across the entire state. We had temperatures that dropped all the way down into the 30s. We went from about 74 there around 5 o'clock down to 45 by 7, and now we're sitting at 39 degrees in San Angelo. It's 34 currently in Wall and approaching freezing in our northern counties. You're already at 33 in Boundary, already at freezing in Coleman, 34 in Bront. Meanwhile, still sitting in the 50s in Junction. Junction, you got up into the upper 80s today. It was really warm before that front pushed through. But the colder air is continuing to sink down, and this won't be the coldest we'll be tonight. We may actually approach freezing here in San Angelo. We're at our low for the day right now. It says 42, but we're already at 39. We'll probably drop down to around 37, 36 degrees by midnight, and by the time you wake up, I think we'll be approaching 35 to 34. That after our high temperature climbing up to 76. Should be at 66 and 40 this time of year, and our record was 92 and 10 cold degrees. Not going to get down to 10, but it will be cold tonight as temperatures continue to drop. Still cool tomorrow too, because this cold air is what we call shallow cold air. It kind of sits there. It's hard to forecast, and it's only sitting in the first 500 feet of the atmosphere, and it's also hard to get out of here. So it's still cool tomorrow, and then we start to warm up before our next stronger front is on the way, and that's going to lead to a chilly start to March. We're talking about highs that may not get out of the 30s as we start off March. There's a little bit of drizzle showing up on the live radar network. Right now, this isn't reaching the ground, but there will be the potential for some of this to reach the ground tonight. It's got to fight some dry air. The temperatures have to get down closer to the dew point. And right now, dew points in the upper 20s and lower 30s, so I think a lot of that moisture will be zapped. But anything that will be able to get down, if we can get those temperatures down to freezing, may see a few slick spots develop. I don't think it happens here in San Angelo, but if you live in northern Coke, maybe northern Sterling County, maybe dealing with some of that. Winds right now are out of north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and with those northerly winds, it's going to feel cold when you wake up in the morning. Temperatures feeling like they're in the 20s when you wake up, and we'll be feeling like the 30s for most of the day tomorrow, at least until our cold front can actually lift back up as a warm front. So that drizzle sitting in our area. The big issues are going to be off to the northeast over towards Oklahoma. Got a lot of moisture sitting in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and that's climbing up over our cold front that's pushed through the Concho Valley. That's why we're going to stay cloudy through the night tonight with all this moisture still streaming overhead, and some of that, again, it may turn into a little bit of drizzle, maybe a few showers. Watch how it plays out here on Futurecast. Futurecast just not going cold enough. I think we drop to freezing in Robert Lee and Ballinger by the time you wake up in the morning. Potential for a little bit of light freezing rain again in our northern counties. I think we're all right here in San Angelo, but it will be cold. Temperatures in the 30s and rain showers, or rain drizzle possible in the morning. It says we get into the afternoon that maybe if we bust out of these clouds, we can start to warm up. Our cold front will lift up as a warm front. So in our southern counties, you may pop into the 60s, but we may still be stuck in the low 40s here in San Angelo, depending on when that warm front comes through. Right now, I've got a high on the board in the mid-50s. If that front's a little bit slower, we'll see temperatures staying in the 40s most of the day tomorrow. And then we'll start off Friday with temperatures in the 50s, a warmer day. And then Friday, as we break into the sunshine, we're going to be talking about temperatures getting to the upper 70s and low 80s. A very nice day on the way for Friday. And Saturday won't be bad either. Take a look at this graphic. It'll show you kind of that warmer and colder air staying with us until we get into Sunday. That's when this next Arctic blast comes through. This one means business, folks. We're going to be in the 40s Sunday and in the 30s for highs on Monday. The good news is I'm not expecting any moisture with it, so no sort of ice. Still will be cold. Tonight down to 35, I think, by the time you wake up. Mainly cloudy and staying cold. Winds will be out of the north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Again, I think we're going to be all right as far as the roads are concerned. Just watch them in our northern counties. 55 for your high on Thursday, and that's being optimistic. Again, we may stay in the 40s. Morning drizzle with some decreasing clouds throughout the day. Take a look at your extended forecast, because we'll be in the 80s Friday, 70s Saturday. Then that next front comes through. A little bit of a chance of rain Saturday night and Sunday morning. It's not going to be a lot, but it will be there. And then that next front comes through Sunday. We're in the 40s, waking up in the lower teens and lower 20s and upper teens Monday morning and Tuesday morning. 30s for highs on Monday, and then we start to warm up as we head towards the middle of next week. And we'll be right back.